Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel where we discuss everything related to investing. Howard Marks, a renowned figure in the investment world, has recently released an investment memo. Howard Marks has been consistently accurate in his market predictions over the past 50 years. He has summarized the reasons behind his success. He has only made 5 predictions in the last 50 years, each based on extreme investor sentiment, either extreme greed or fear. He states that to gain exceptional insights into future market performance when the market is at an extreme high or low, it is essential to understand the reasons causing the current situation. In this video, we'll talk about this memo, taking the temperature. Howard Marks stated that while anyone can learn economics, finance, and accounting to understand how the market operates, outstanding investment results come from capturing how things actually work and differ from theoretical models in the real world. To achieve this, the key lies not in analyzing economic data and financial statements, but in understanding the prevailing investor psychology. One needs to pay attention to those moments when the majority of people are highly optimistic, believing that things can only get better. Such a mindset often provides dangerous justifications for excessively high prices. Similarly, it is important to identify those moments when people are overly pessimistic, thinking that things can only get worse. This often implies that they are willing to accept any price as long as they can sell. When the general sentiment is blindly optimistic or extremely pessimistic, the likelihood of unsustainable price levels and directions increases. During extreme periods, it is crucial to remember that the secret to making money lies in contrarian thinking rather than blindly following the consensus. By going against the crowd, one can often make easy profits when emotional investors hold extreme views about the future of assets, pushing prices to unreasonable levels. However, this is different from consistently deviating from the consensus. In fact, in most cases, the consensus represents the closest approximation to the correct view held by the majority. Therefore, to succeed in contrarian investing, it is necessary to understand what the majority is doing, why they are doing it, what problems it entails, and what alternative actions should be taken and why. It is important to remember that many events in the economy and the market are not caused by mechanistic processes but rather by the fluctuating emotions of investors. It is crucial to closely monitor these fluctuations, take advantage of them as much as possible, control one's own emotions, and avoid following the herd. Howard Marks also emphasizes 2 investment principles: firstly, not basing investment decisions on macro forecasts, and secondly, not timing the market. Not basing investment decisions on macro forecasts is because much of the information is already reflected in market prices, and the consensus expectation in the market is usually correct. To profit from macro forecasts, one must make unique and accurate predictions that deviate from the crowd. However, this is challenging, and most of the time, such predictions turn out to be wrong. The second principle is not timing the market. They do not sell attractive long-term investments just because they anticipate a market downturn. They typically sell when their holdings reach the target prices, there is a significant change in the investment situation, or they find better investment opportunities. Their open investment portfolios are almost always fully invested to avoid missing out on positive returns. This means that buying actions usually require some selling operations. They do not say that the current prices are cheap but will be even cheaper in 6 months, so they choose to wait. If the price is cheap, they will buy, and if the price becomes even cheaper but they still believe the investment rationale remains intact, they will buy more. They are more concerned about missing out on discounted buying opportunities rather than buying good assets too early. No one truly knows whether certain assets will become cheaper in the coming days and weeks. This lies between being extremely challenging and impossible, as it is related to predicting investor psychology. The reason why Howard Marks can make zero-fault predictions is mainly because he rarely makes predictions, averaging once every 10 years. And his predictions are primarily based on market sentiment, which is more reliable than any indicator. When investors are enthusiastic, the market is usually not far from its peak, and when investors are pessimistic, it often indicates a market bottom. In other words, the secret to making money lies in contrarianism, not conformity. So to be successful at contrarianism, you have to understand what the herd is doing, why it's doing it, what's wrong with it, and what should be done instead and why.
If you have other opinions, let's comment below. Please help to like and subscribe.